Happy Wednesday, co-creators, and welcome to another edition of Teena Sessions, 365 inspirational quotes with me, your life coach, Teena Jones. How is everyone doing on their hump day? Hope your day was wonderful. Hope it was happy. And if you're new, welcome aboard. Thank you so much for choosing to join me on this 1 year journey. Well, if you're ready, I'm ready to kick off today with a wonderful quote. You know, it's Wednesday, so that means relationships and love. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. I actually typed out my commentary, so I'm going to be reading from that, and then we're going to delve into what I've written. All right, so the quote is: Some complain that roses have thorns, others rejoice that thorns have roses. The reason that relationships are so beautiful in the beginning is because we tend to look at only the beauty in a person at this stage. If you're honest with yourself, there's a tendency to only want to see the good in a person. And so, as a result, we do. Like a beautiful rose that's in full bloom, it's easy to admire the aromatic, fragrant, and layers of vibrant color. But the thorny, prickly, and ugly stem represents the neurosis of people, which is the less attractive part. But without it, the rose itself couldn't survive. Now, I wrote a little bit more, but I want to pause there for a moment. Think of a rose. Many of us ladies love long stem roses. Vibrant red, especially Valentine's Day just passed, and many of you received roses. And I want you to think about your partner, your mate, your spouse as a beautiful rose. It smells good, it looks good, and it feels good. But there's another side to that rose. And without the thorny, prickly side of it, the ugly side, the rose could not be as beautiful. And so as I opened up, with the beginning of a relationship, most people are so happy and full of energy and vitality, and they can feel themselves falling in love because, of course, they are smelling the roses, and it begins to look really good to you and feel good to you. But as life goes on, the other side of the rose began to appear, and what you originally thought was so beautiful and smelled so good starts to turn ugly. And so I wanted to talk about loving the beauty and the beast of your mate. It's very important that you realize that without the stem, when you actually put your roses in a vase and put water in that vase, that stem is what holds all the water and the nutrients to keep that rose beautiful. Without that ugly stem, there would be no rose. Without your partner's hang-ups, attitude, some things that you may not disagree with, then the rose could not be as beautiful. The parts of you that you originally fell in love with them about wouldn't be there. So it's like a duality, you've got to love the whole person. No one is always beautiful. No one is always on top of it and has swag and successful and healthy and glorious and life is good and looking good and fresh haircut, fresh hairdo. No one is always like that 100%, including you, including me. And so I guess it begins with loving the beauty and the beast of ourselves. If we can love our good points, our strengths, and our weaknesses, then it'll become easier for us to see it and love it in our partners. You know, as I've said before on Tina sessions, relationships, especially in the beginning, are not a chance for you to audition people. You know, it's a chance for you to, get to know more about you. Because as I've said, people come into your life to show you what's inside of you, to show you your reaction when they don't do what you want them to do. And so if you would begin to view it like that and to begin to say I've attracted this person into my experience for some reason. There's some type of connection, whether it be good or not so good. That depends upon you. But if you are dating and you are dating different people, and you may be dating online, you may be hooking up on blind dates or whatever the case may be, always look at it as an opportunity for growth, and not I'm looking for a permanent mate, I'm looking for a husband. Never look at it like that, because any relationship can be designed to fine tune and make you a better you. And when you correct your mind that way and begin to see it that way, oh my goodness, it's a wonderful training ground. It's a wonderful chance for you to grow and to chisel out things inside of you that you may not have known that was there. And so if you are in a relationship like I am, I hope today's commentary reignite your relationship, where you can breathe fresh new life into your marriage, into your long term committed relationship, to begin to shift your perception of this person, of why you fell in love with them, and look at whatever you may be going through as an opportunity to, grow, an opportunity for you to say, you know what, they have ways that I don't agree with, I have ways that they don't agree with. But the rose is still a rose. It's still beautiful. It's still beautiful to look at, you know? And if you begin to see that ugly side, as beautiful as the rose petals side, then your relationship can go far. If you can begin to see yourself in that light, oh my goodness, then none of these relationships will be in vain, because you would have gotten something out of it. You would have gotten growth, you know. Once again, I'm going to oscillate between being single and being in a relationship. So if you are single, never look at a relationship as a waste of time. Always seek the blessing that's inside of you. Remember, the only thing that's real is your reaction. So if you monitor your reaction when you're with a person, instead of looking at what they're doing, but monitor how I'm reacting, and if it's, with anger, then you need to adjust that. You need to look at that closely and say, is that a behavior that I want to keep? You see. And so if you can see that your relationship is a reflection of you, then you will no longer audition, because everyone that comes into your experience is not by accident. Okay? It's by divine order. It's by law of attraction, and you drew that energy to you. And so there's some kind of commonality there. And I know the ego in you, especially if it's someone that you may have dated maybe a month or 2 months, and you might be having a hard time seeing that you drew this to you. But I would ask you to just do that for a moment. Kind of look at your relationship through new lenses, you know. And once you begin to do that, you'll transform your relationships. You'll begin to attract different energies, because you would have began with you. You see, you would have started with you. And that's what I did before I met my fiance. I used to, I dated, and one of the things I never did, if they, did something to irritate me, I went and I investigated that irritant. I found out what's going on inside of you. Why does that bother you? You know, because I know that irritant, that thing inside of me was there long before he arrived. He just brought it out, you see. No one, no thing can make you anything. It's already there. What's inside of you is already there. They may squeeze, but what's inside of you is going to come out of you. So if it's anger, if it's judgment, if it's rage, you need to investigate that. And that may have been the only reason why that person came into your life, to show you these things, you see. And so this, list you may have made up of what you want in a man, or guys, what you want in a woman, is really something you can burn and throw to the wind, because ultimately you're going to get what you are physically and emotionally reflecting. That's what you're going to get. So Do the work on yourself. Heal those neuroses that are inside of you because those are wounds, you see. And if you understand that everyone has their own path and everyone has their own journey, and that we all have a past, we all have wounds that are not healed, and have not been healed. And so they're going to keep coming up until they're healed. That's life. That's part of living, is learning from these things, you see. And so I hope today's commentary helped you to shift your perception from blame, criticism, and judgment, and start looking at your relationships with love and compassion. But you first have to start with you. All right? How does that sound? Oh, all right. Today's affirmation is I love being in love. Yes, I do. And I know you do too. If you have any questions about today's commentary, give me an email. Send it to me, naturalborncoach@hotmail.com. Well, if you're ready, let's get started with the guided meditation. So put your earphones in, your earbuds, and get relaxed and close your eyes. And let's take you on a wonderful, magical mental journey. All right? With your eyes closed, take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release, and let go. Again, take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release, and let go. Just allow the sound of the music and the sound of my voice to relax your mind, body, and your spirit. With every word that I say to you, you know that it rings true inside of your spirit. Allow the words to resonate with the deepest part of your soul. I am in love with life. Life responds to me in such a powerful and magnetic way. I love putting positive thoughts out into the universe and allowing those thoughts to boomerang back into my experience. My life is so delicious, and I know that everything is lining up for my highest good. I know that I'm on the right path, and the people, places, and experiences that are for me always comes to me in divine order. I love being in love, and I start with loving me. As I love myself, everything reflects back to me that powerful, beautiful love. And so it is. Thank you all. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.